Hey, Covenant Kids, we're so excited that you're watching today. Hey, it is time for worship, and we're going to have an amazing time, but I want you to stand on up. Come on, everybody, get up. We're going to worship. Here we go.
All around the world, listen up right now, because I got something to say and it will be heard. I made up my mind, not afraid to show. That's right, gonna leave the past behind, gonna let the whole world know I am who God says I am. Let me tell you that I am who God says I am. Forgiven, I am a winner, I have been chosen. Jesus, I am yours. Jesus, I am yours. Forever. Jesus, I am yours. Forever. I am, Jesus, I am yours. Says I am. I am who God says I am. Let's go. I am who God says I am. 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 I am forgiven. I am a winner. I have been chosen. Jesus, I am yours. Jesus, I am yours. I belong to the one who saved me. I belong to the one who gave his life. So I will take my place. I will stand and say, Jesus, I am yours. I belong to the one who saved me. I belong to the one who gave his life. So I will take my place. I will stand and say, Jesus, I am who God says I am. 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 You know I am who God says I am. I am who God says I am.
Oh Lord, you've examined my heart and you know everything about me. You go before me in all my adventures and guide every step of my feet. I will not fear, I will not be shaken. You hold everything. No, I will not fear, I will not be shaken. You hold everything. I can count on all of the promises my God promised me. He will never let go. He will never let go, and He will never forsake me. 'Cause He knows everything. step of my feet. I will not fear, I will not be shaken. You hold everything. No, I will not fear, I will not be shaken. You hold everything. I can count on all of the promises my God promised me. He will never let go, and He will never forsake me. He knows everything that I need for this day. He knows every thought, and He knows me by my name. I can count on all of the promises my God promised me. 1, 2, 3. I am treasured, treasured, treasured by the one who loves me. I am treasured, treasured, treasured by the one who loves me. I am treasured, treasured, treasured by the one who loves me. I am treasured, treasured, treasured by the one who loves me. Hey. I can count on all of the promises. Hey, I can count on all of the promises my God promised me. He will never let go, and He will never forsake me. He knows everything that I need for this day. He knows every thought, and He knows me by my name. I can count on all of the promises my God promised me.
That was amazing. I love worshiping with you guys. We're about to hear our big idea story today. So go ahead and take a seat and listen to Miss Michelle.
Hey kids, today we are going to be hearing a story from the book of Daniel. It's about Daniel. And you might have heard of Daniel from his story about Daniel and the lion's den. But today we're not going to
Did you say Daniel?
Hello, Leon. How are you?
Hello, I'm great.
I did say Daniel. Do you know Daniel?
I do know Daniel. He hung out in my house one time.
Yeah.
In my den.
In your den.
It's downstairs, real nice. Leather couch. There's a zebra rug.
Okay. Well, today I was just getting ready to tell the kids a story about Daniel, but it was from before he went into your den.
Oh, before I knew him.
Yeah, it was when he was a young man.
Oh, young guy like me. Strong.
Yeah, and he was strong. In fact, the king at the time, his name was King Nebuchadnezzar.
King what?
Nebuchadnezzar.
Nebuchadnezzar.
Yeah.
Got it.
King Nebuchadnezzar invited some young men from the area to come to his castle, and he wanted strong, smart men. So
Like this? Like strong? Like,
Yeah, like that. He wanted strong men that could come to his castle and work. So he invited Daniel and some of Daniel's friends. You might remember his friends too. Their names were Shadrach,
Ratchak,
Meshach,
Mushu,
and Abednego.
and Billy Goat.
So Daniel and his 3 friends were some of the kids that were invited to the castle.
Gotcha.
And when they got to the castle, the king's chef was fixing the young men food to make them even stronger.
Oh,
Right?
I'm really hungry right now, so this is making me hungrier.
Yeah, we're gonna be talking about food a lot this lesson.
Oh no.
Okay, so follow along with me. So they're at the castle. The king is making them this special food.
Special food.
Well, why that was kind of tricky is because Daniel and his 3 friends obeyed God's law. And at that time, God's law told them to eat different kinds of food.
Like zebra?
No, like not zebra. Like at that time, he wanted those young men to eat vegetables and water only.
Ew.
Yeah, and so Daniel asked the king's servant, will you please make us our special kind of food that we want to eat? But the king's servant was nervous to do that. He thought he might get in trouble with the king if they became really weak.
That would be bad.
Yeah, so then, you know what Daniel did?
He danced.
Whoa!
I'm a great dancer.
Was that Daniel that danced in the streets? Either way, in this story, Daniel made a deal with the king's servant, and he said, how about this? How about you feed me what God is telling me to eat for 10 days.
Not zebra.
Yeah, not zebra. And at the end of the 10 days, we'll see if I am stronger.
Like this? Like stronger?
Like you, or weaker than the other guys.
Gotcha.
And so the king's chef accepted the deal.
Awesome.
And 10 days went by, and Daniel and his friends only ate vegetables and water.
Wow.
And do you think they were weaker or stronger?
Stronger.
You're right, they were stronger. At the end of the deal, Daniel and his friends looked the healthiest and the strongest. And you know why?
Because they followed my workout routine?
Because they followed God's commandments.
Oh.
They obeyed God, and that made God happy, and God blessed them.
That is a great story, but what about the part where he hung out in my den?
We're gonna talk about that in about 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Next week, we're gonna talk about Daniel's friends, and then we're gonna talk about when he came to your den.
Sounds great.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever had a time where it was hard to obey God and you had to do something?
Yeah, all the time.
you didn't wanna do?
I always want to do what I want to do.
I have a hard time sometimes obeying God too, but we know that when we do hard things and we obey God, He will help us because God always sustains us.
I want to obey God more.
Me too. Let's do it together.
Great job, Miss Michelle and Leon. Thank you for sharing your experience as a lion. We love getting to learn more about people's lives in the Bible. Daniel is so interesting. His story is crazy, and I can't wait for you guys to hear even more about it next week. But as we talk about all of these things, it makes me want to think, how can I do this in my life? Kids, do you ever leave church and you hear a crazy story and you're like, how does that apply to me? Well, this story applies to you because we all know that God has made us all unique. He's made all of us to be individuals, to stand up for what we believe and all the good things that God has given us. So maybe your friends want to all lie to your teacher, or maybe at the lunch table, none of them want to pray. This is a great time for you to stand up for what you believe and say, no, I'm not going to do that. God has made me to be different. God has called us to look a little bit different than the world. So we might do some things that our friends might not think is as cool, but you know, with the fruits of the Spirit that we've been talking about that are inside of you, you know that that's what you should do. You should follow God. You should make the right choice. And what happens is we realize that God sustains us. Can you guys say that with me? God sustains us. That's right. God gives us everything that we need. So whenever we say, God, we're going to choose your way, God's going to give us everything that we need. I love learning about this story, and I can't wait to learn more about Daniel next week.
What's up, guys? So good to see you. My name is Mr. Tanner, and it's so awesome to be with you right now. We are going to do our memory verse right now, which is from Daniel chapter 2, verse 20. May the name of God be praised forever and ever. All wisdom and power belong to him. Daniel chapter 2, verse 20. Great job. Give yourselves a round of applause and high five a friend. Well done.
Thank you so much for watching today. Now, you've watched, you've listened, and you've learned. Go change your world.